Hi motherfuckers, only left 2 rounds to end the Women's Youth Championship. And now the tournament is also close. There are 3 players in the top, Carissa Yip, Alice Lee and Anna Satonsky, and 3 players with only half point behind, Irina Kras, Anna Sargisian, and Nafi Pakitse. So today we're going to analyze the victory of Carissa Yip, who takes it reach the leader who is Alice Lee. So let's analyze the game of Carissa Yip. One second, I should try that. Carissa Yip. No, make it bigger. Second, fine. Okay. Um, Carissa Yip faced yesterday Rose Atwell, and goes with the e6 and the defense defense. D4, d5. Carissa chose the main move knight e3. Here knight f6, e5, knight f7, and here the main theory was f4, followed by knight f3, bishop e3, like for example c5, knight f3, knight c6, and bishop e3. That's the main theory of the position. But nowadays the move knight e2 is so common use. Guquet employed twice in the World Championship between Dean Liren. That's when the move start to be fashion. It's interesting. The idea of white is just play c3 fast, and we're going to see how to continue. c5, c3, knight c6. Of course, these 3 moves are so common. And Guquet employed 2 different moves here against Dean Liren in the World Champion. In one game, he employed the move f4. And here, Dean Liren, this is the first round of the World Championship between Guquet and Dean Liren. Here, Dean Liren goes with a a5, a4 plan, who is maybe the best of the position. For example, bishop e3, bishop e7, and then he goes with queen a5 and a3. And okay, after a huge battle, finally Dean Liren managed to win a very good game. And in the other game of the match, Guquet select a3 here, bishop e3, bishop e7, bishop e3, knight b6, knight f4, take, knight e4, take, knight e2. And in this game, Guquet was also close of win the game in this slightly moment, but here he missed. He played knight e4 when he should play rook e8, queen e8, knight e4. But okay, let's analyze the game of Carissa Yip. Here, like I told, the f4 are the main move. But here Carissa came with a huge surprise in this move with h4. There are not so much games in this exactly position. Let's see, there are only 7 games with f4. The best, of course, between Caruana and Erigaisi. Well, Mario employed the move too, but there are only 7 games with h4. Who says that we are only in the move 7? So okay, knight c2 is a small surprise, but not so big because nowadays many people employ. But h4 was the real surprise of the game, not novelty, but close to be novelty. And let's see the idea here. Of course, black plays bishop e7, now a3, and now Rose Atwell selects a two strange plan. He goes with b5 b4. Okay, b5 b4 sometimes has sense, but not with your opponent have the pawn on a3, because the pawn on a3 is specifically to take on a4 after b5 b5 b4. The move a3 is directed to stop b5 b4. So have no sense to just play b5 b4 when your opponent have played a3. Here the best move was queen b6. That's the correct plan for black. h5, so castle. h6 here is not so important, just you can play g6. And if white plays f4, who is the best, just f6 is breakthrough. Yes, the black idea just plays well the pieces and break the center. Just no more. The b5 there have no sense. Knight f3. And now the move that you should push was the a pawn. a5 and a4, fixing the queen side pawns of white. That's the way that black should have played. Instead of b5, who was also a strange move. Because after, sorry, Khalifa plays knight f3, and Rose Atwell still with his plan, with the wrong plan. Here black can just play, I don't know, every move except, for example, short castle, queen b6, a5. Every move is except of b4. b4 here was have no sense because just a takes b4, and white is just open white is open the rook. I don't know what black is doing. You are not breaking the white pawns. I don't understand the black plan. Uh, of course, if he takes here, just knight f4, a5, knight h5, attacking d7, enter with the knight here, and bishop h6, and h5, and white have a great attack. For that reason, the Atwell's plan was take on d4, but this plan doesn't work because we're going to see that black is not going to have enough tempo to castle and develop the pieces. And apart, the a7 pawn is going to be crucial in this position. I told some seconds ago that have no sense to open the a5 for the rook, and now we're going to see that this is going to be many problems for black. She takes on d4, and now in just the moves, the position is completely winning for white. And it's strange in this level of okay, Rose is not grandmaster, but she have 23-53 of rating. He's not a bad player, and it's strange to be lost in just the move and in defense. Okay, let's understand why white is just winning 95, 94, sorry, and now black should take on e5, of course. Piece of f4, attacking the knight. And after the knight just moves, just knight c6, attacking the queen and attacking the bishop. Just you should move the queen, taking, taking, and bishop e3, with more tempos to the queen. Now queen a4, bishop a6, and now the key move, queen a6. And it's simply white have the bishop pair, both players have 6 pawn, but white have the bishop pair, and this pawn is going to fall. If you are going to have one pawn up on the bishop pair, mm, white is just winning. But the principal reason of white is winning is just the white have the bishop pair and the position is open. It's so simple. And here is just the white have the bishop pair and the position is open. And black having the bishop pair. Black have this fucking stupid bishop. You can survive with this bishop is at least this position is close. But with open position, white is just winning here. Very good move, trading queens. Because if you take here, and the a7 pawn is going to fall and white is just winning. And but okay, he tries to maintain queens over the wall, but this is not going to work because now black cannot castle after bishop c5. So black should be with the king in the center. Needs to be difficult to defend with the king on the center, of course. And this bishop is a completely this bishop have no opposition. There are no pawns to defend it, no bishops. This is a completely this bishop. Okay, yeah, bishop e2, developing the pieces. F6 for castle. We have a clear plan. Just double rooks on the a5 and take the a7 pawn. The plan was so clear. The machine always says that h5 was useful for white every time, but the plan employed by Carissa Yip was completely fine. So castle, rook a5, e5, and finally white double rooks on the a5. Now the a7 pawn is going to fall if Carissa wants, but white have better ideas that not only take this pawn, bishop here, bishops e3, 97 queen d3, just because white want to take with the rook the pawn, not with the queen. e4, queen d4, knight d5, queen c5, and now finally this pawn falls. Rook takes, bishop b7, I just bishop a6, take, and then rook b7 is the following move. You can move the bishop because the rook is hanging, so Atwell resign. Very easy win of Carissa Yip in the move he's winning, but it's all because Atwell opens the center and opens the position and giving their opponents the bishop pair advantage. The bishop pair against in an open position are so strong. And apart with his stupid plan of b5 before, he only gives the open a5 for white. So the a7 pawns turns into a huge target. So let's understand that you can play this plan with black simply. So I yesterday the best game in the men's section was a victory between Neiman and Wonderland that I analyzed in the channel too. So let's see. Bye bye, motherfuckers.